Hello students, welcome back to my channel Cluster Chemistry. Today we are going to start with a new series, Organometallic Chemistry. In this lecture, first we are going to study basics of organometallic chemistry, then nomenclature and different bonding modes which are used in organometallic chemistry, hapticity, bridging ligands, bonding modes of carbonyl, properties of organometallic compounds, classification of organometallic compounds, and the most important, types of carbenes, which is very important for competitive exams. Actually, this topic is very important for all the types of competitive exams in chemistry. So let's start with the basics of organometallic chemistry. So first, you should know what is a definition, what is meant by organometallic chemistry. So it is a combination of two words, organo and metallic. It is a bridge between, organometallic chemistry is a bridge between organic chemistry and inorganic chemistry because it includes both the chemistries at the intermediate level. So organo means organic and metallic, it comes from the inorganic chemistry. That's why it is a bridge. It is called as a bridge of organic chemistry and inorganic chemistry. So organometallic chemistry, it is a study of organometallic compounds, chemical compounds containing at least one chemical bond between a carbon atom of an organic molecule and a metal. Metal including alkaline metals, alkaline earth metals, transition metals, and sometimes broadened to include metalloids like boron, silicon, and selenium as well. So basically, the main point is in organometallic compound, metal carbon bond should be present. At least one metal carbon bond should be there. Then and then we can call that compound as a organometallic compound. But sometimes metal carbon bond is present in metal cyanide also, MCN, metal cyanide, but we cannot call that metal cyanide as a organometallic compound because the carbon should be from organic group, alkyl or aryl group. So the origin or the source of carbon should be organic, and that's why the alkyl or aryl groups are present in contact with metal. Then we called that compound as an organometallic compound. We cannot take MOR, that is a metal and oxygen bond, as an organometallic compound, or metal and nitrogen bond as an organometallic compound. The requirement is metal and carbon bond should be present, and metal carbon should be from the organic group, alkyl or aryl group. It was started in 1827. The first organometallic compound is a Zeeth salt. It's a very famous compound or organometallic compound, Zeeth salt. This is the formula for Zeeth salt. It includes platinum metal and the carbon is alkene. Uh, the carbon is alkene, and the symbol in front of this C2H4 alkene group is called as a hapticity. We are going to discuss in detail what is meant by hapticity, but you should know this symbol. It is called as a hapticity. The platinum metal is a transition metal, and the carbon is from the organic moiety. That's why we called it as an organometallic compound. And this is the first organometallic compound, and it is called as a Zeeth salt. Always remember, the first organometallic compound is Zeeth salt, and its formula uh, potassium, platinum, then 3 chlorines and alkene is there. Then with the discovery of ferrocene is again a very famous sandwich compound in organometallic chemistry. So iron is at the center and 2 cyclopentadiene rings are present. One is above the iron and one is below the iron. So it is called as a pi complex compound or sandwich compound. It's very famous compound in organometallic chemistry. So with these two compounds, a new era started called as a pi complexes. So this is all about the definition of organometallic chemistry and little bit history. Now let's start with the nomenclature and bonding modes. How to give nomenclature to any organometallic compound. So the first important point is hapticity. This symbol is very important because while solving the problems of 18 electron rule and to calculate metal-metal bond, the electron contribution given by ligands is taken into consideration, and that hapticity plays important role because the hapticity eta, it is denoted by the symbol is pronunciation is eta, and that X which is at the right superscript X. It is called as a, it's a number which indicates how many number of carbon atoms are directly in bonding with the metal. How many number of carbon atoms are directly coordinated to the metal. It is indicated by X, or it is given by X. If X is equal to 1, that is eta 1, it means that only one carbon atom is in contact with the metal. It is called as the hapticity is 1. If it is 2, eta 2, then it means that two carbon atoms are in bonding with the metal. If the hapticity is 3, that is eta 3, it means 3 carbon atoms are in contact with the metal. Sometimes why the hapticity is important, because sometimes in a single ligand or carbon containing ligand, there are chances that only one carbon atom can bind, or all the carbon atoms can bind to the metal. So in that case it is necessary to mention the hapticity, whether only one carbon atom is in bonding or all the carbon atoms are in bonding with the metal. That's why this hapticity is important term, hapticity. This haptobound is a Greek word, and mono di tri, we can call it as a mono di tri, or simply hapticity is 1, hapticity is 2, in this way. Then these are some examples of hapticity. You can see in the first case, alkene is there, only double bond is there, and two carbon atoms are in contact with the metal. Two carbon atoms are bound to the metal. That's why the hapticity is 2, that is the eta 2. The second example is eta 3. This is a allele ligand which binds with the metal with all the 3 carbon atom. That's why the hapticity is 3. But in case of this allele ligand, only one carbon atom can also bind. In that case, we will write eta 1 because only one carbon atom is in contact with the metal. The next is eta 4. Eta 4 means all the 4 carbon atoms are attached. Eta 5 means all the 5 carbon atoms from this cyclopentadienyl ligand are in contact with the metal. In this way, we can define the hapticity. This is the important term used in organometallic chemistry. Without hapticity, you cannot solve uh, uh, the 18 electron problem. Sometimes the hapticity is not mentioned. It means that all the carbon atoms are considered. But when the hapticity is mentioned, that time you have to take the specific number of carbon atoms which are mentioned as X, eta X. So always take the value of X. Okay. Then next is mu. That is mu is a bridging. It is a symbol for bridging ligands. Sometimes there are two metals or more than one metal is present in organometallic compounds. So when two metals are there, two metals are connected by ligands. They are bridged by ligands called as a bridging ligands. And this mu indicates the bridging ligands. Mu X means X is the number of metal atoms. X is the number of metal atoms. So these are some examples when normal when single metal atom is given, that time no need to mention the bridging ligand because only one metal atom is there and ligands are directly connected to the metal. But when two metals are given and those the two metals are connected, two metal atoms are connected by ligand called as a bridging ligand. You can see in second case mu2. Mu2 means two metal atoms are connected. X represents the number of metal atom. X represents number of metal atom. So when two metal atoms are connected, it is a mu2. When three metal atoms are connected, it is a mu3. When four metal atoms are connected, mu4. In this way, we can define the bridging ligands, or we can give nomenclature when bridging ligands are given. Mu is the symbol. Don't get confused between hapticity eta and mu because the symbols are a little bit confusing, but hapticity is like N and mu that is bridging ligands are like U. Okay, so this is the bridging ligand, information of bridging ligand. Let's take another point. Okay, here are some more examples given. Terminal, then mu2, mu3, mu eta 2. See this mu eta 2. Mu eta 2 means what? Mu eta 2 indicates two metal atoms are connected by bridging ligand, as well as the eta 2. Eta 2 indicates the hapticity is 2. Hapticity is 2. Okay, so we sometimes it is given both the hapticity and bridging ligand are given in a single example. So that time you should know what is mean by hapticity and what is mean by mu. Okay, I hope it's clear to everyone. If you are not getting, you can post comment in the comment box. I'll repeat the point in next lecture. Next is bonding modes of different ligands. Sigma and pi complexes are there. Sigma and pi complexes, alkyl, aryl, carbene, carbine, carbonyl. These are some examples given here. Alkyl means they are connected by single bond. Aryl sometimes they are connected by single bond or double bond also. Then carbine means metal carbon triple bond. Carbonyl is very importantly used in organometallic chemistry because majority of metal carbonyls obviously they include the carbonyl as a ligand, but majority of organometallic compounds also includes the carbonyl as a ligand. So metal carbene means metal carbon double bond, carbine means metal carbon triple bond, alkyl means metal carbon single bond. So a sigma bond is a single bond and pi bond is a double bond, and triple bond includes pi and sigma bond both. So based on the type of bond between metal and carbon, these compounds are classified as metal alkyls, metal carbenes and metal carbines. We'll see this classification in detail in next few slides, but right now you just see this complexes, bonding modes, different types of bonding modes. Or when only single metal is there, no issue, but when number of metals increases, one or more than one metal is present, that time you have to check the bridging ligands also and the normal terminal ligands also. Okay, so this is all about the bonding modes, sigma and pi complexes. These are pi complexes, alkene complexes where double and triple bond is there, allyl complexes, alkyne complexes are given. You can see this allyl complexes where metal is connected with this allyl ligand through one carbon atom. In this first case, the hapticity is 1, and when metal is connected with the allyl ligand with all the 3 carbon atoms of the ligand, that time the hapticity is 3. Then next is cyclopentadienyl complexes. Cyclopentadienyl means cyclo means cyclic structure is there, penta means 5, dinyl means there are 2 double bonds. That's why the name is cyclopentadienyl. So when cyclopentadienyl complexes are considered, they can bind with the metal through one carbon atom or all the uh, 5 carbon atom. That's why the hapticity is 1 and 5 respectively. Then arene complexes means 6 carbon atom containing cyclic ring and aromatic ring, and it connect with the metal through one carbon atom or sometimes through all the 6 carbon atom depending on the hapticity. The next is sigma bonding and pi bonding. This is very important because uh, the metal and ligand form a coordinate bond. I think you know what is mean by coordinate bond. Coordinate bond is a subtype of covalent bond where the electron donation takes place, or electron sharing, not donation. Electron sharing takes place only from one atom. So in terms of metal and ligand donates electron to metal and they form a coordinate bond. It is called as a sigma bonding. This is a normal phenomenon in organometallic chemistry when ligand donate its electron to metal. They form a sigma bond, coordinate bond. But when the reverse phenomenon takes place, called as a pi bonding, when metal has filled T2G orbitals and it is able to donate electron to the empty pi star orbitals of ligand. That time the back bonding phenomenon is introduced. Back bonding phenomenon is there. Back bonding means when metal donates electron to ligand and the pi bond formation takes place, and this phenomenon is called as a back bonding phenomenon. When normally ligand donate electron to metal, it is called as a sigma bonding. But when metal donate electron to the ligand, it is called as a back bonding or pi bonding phenomenon. This phenomenon is very important in organometallic chemistry. Let's move to the properties of organometallic compounds. Metal carbon bond is highly covalent. Most organometallic compounds are solids at room temperature. Liquids such as a methyl cyclopentadienyl manganese tricarbonyl. This is an example of liquid organometallic compound. And volatile liquids such as a nickel tetracarbonyl. Uh, these organometallic compounds are air sensitive. Then triethyl aluminum are pyrophoric and will ignite on contact with air. Special techniques are used such as Schlenk technique for the properties. Stability, it's strongly depending on the electronic configuration. Main group metal organelles, octet rule is followed by main group metal organic, and transition metal organic organelles follows the 18 electron rule. So in next lecture we are going to study about 18 electron rule and remaining points from this lecture also. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and for more videos please suggest me the topics in the comment box. I'll post videos on that topic. Thank you all of you.